Hello, hello. I'm getting ready to head out, but my friend is still deep in dreamland, and I honestly don't have the heart to wake her just yet. Eventually, I will when I'm done with everything. I think it's 4 a.m., and that's pretty early. I don't want to really leave, but duty calls. Okay, first stop down. I think I'm in Maine now. Um, I've been driving for about 2 hours and a half. I originally planned for two stops, but I can already tell this trip is turning into a three-stop kind of vibe. The weather is doing the most fog, rain, and a splash of hydroplaning just to keep me humble. So I'm driving slower than usual, which means I will probably get home a bit later than I hope. Oh, and I've been snacking on puff puff that Cynthia gave me before I left for my trip. Second stop, also second can of Red Bull. It's definitely doing its job. I'm wide awake, but we all know I'm going to regret this later when I'm staring at the ceiling, begging sleep to come back into my life. But still, I'd rather be on the road early than stuck in the morning rush. You know how it gets when people are out chasing their 9 to 5s. I just want to get home, shower, and pass out. Okay, hold on. Let me get another bite of puff puff. Cynthia really understood the assignment. She gave me puff puff and my first Red Bull for the road. It's been a long time I had Red Bull, and I forgot it makes me hungry and jittery at the same time. But that puff puff is perfect. At some point in this journey, I just started dancing, full on shoulder moves, head bobs, and everything. And I just got back. Not sure the music I was dancing is YouTube friendly, so that's why I'm doing the voiceover instead. Hint, it's a Nigerian artist, catchy beat, and the message that hits. One of the lyrics says, "What shall it profit a man when God bless you with money and you dey stingy for your life?" I hope I'm not that person. On a more serious note, visiting Canada has been on my bucket list for years. It's something I've wanted to do since I came to US. Fun fact, Canada was my first choice when I started trying to leave Nigeria. I applied for Canadian immigration like my life depended on it. And when I say I tried, I mean I sent in applications like 5 times. Each time something would go wrong. Wrong English test, missing docs, or a straight up nope. I started this process way back in 2007 after finishing nursing school. So when I finally came to the US, I promised myself I'd at least visit Canada one day. But back then, I thought my US student visa was like the golden ticket to Canada. It was not. My friend and I were trying to visit Niagara Falls on the Canadian side, of course. He had his American passport, and I had my student visa. And when we got to the border, I handed them my visa, and the officer looked at me like, "Is this all you've got?" And I said, "Yes, my student visa." They hit me with a classic "No, ma'am, you need a visa to enter Canada." So they flagged my name, did all the formalities, walked me around the border, and right back across the border. So, yeah, that was my first attempt to enter Canada. Denied. I still got to see Niagara Falls from the US side though, and honestly, it was still pretty magical. I probably won't go back again unless I'm showing family around or something. But eventually, I did apply for the visa and I was approved a Canadian visitor visa. I didn't use it and it expired, but a few days ago, I finally got into Canada with my permanent resident card. I look exhausted, I feel exhausted. All that Red Bull in my system is probably adding to my excitement and making me dance, but no regrets. I didn't take a nap break. I just drove through it. Now I'll be here begging sleep to carry me away like a baby. But I'm happy I got to see my friend and she totally supports my vlogging. Shout out to you, Cynthia. Thanks so much for watching and hanging out with me. I'm off to continue dancing off camera, of course.